Off the mic is okay. She off the mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. He go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind. Oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner. Oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mic, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo.
Triumphant from all our foes, through the crucible unscathed we passed victorious, our trumpets pealing the glorious song. Play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra, we shall always remember all that perished in the struggle for our freedom. All hail our heroes, our prayer shall be known, oh, day and night. Say them always, all hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. Now our star shines everywhere. We crave humility. God guide and protect us all. All hail your wisdom, shielding us from fury, unleashed by our enlightenment. Biafra, Biafra, shining forever.
Onye du iPod, o meriwo n'Indizu, n'ime ya. Abaghara, mama gbahụra, ụlọ pụghị mere na mbụ.
Good evening to you. Good afternoon to you. Good morning to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làwọn tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń
Share
lọ.
the broadcast. Invite your friends and invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them, Maiyegun today. You see, tonight, what we're going to do is that we will be throwing questions that we already know the answers. They call them the rhetorical questions, right? We'll be throwing questions at this Buhari idiot. Throwing questions at this Lagos Abobakus. Obvious questions. Why you should never be part of the charade. It's important. Share the broadcast.
Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun diary. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ ṣẹ́ o, kẹ́gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Maiyegun diary. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ o, làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Tell them. Thank you very much. I hope you can all possibly hear me clear. I mean, loud and clear, by the way. Thank you for joining me tonight again from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live. Tonight, we want to treat further the statement of Tinubu. And I'm actually going to give you some other announcement as well, which comes with this, as we do it all the time. Just pay attention and follow. When you disagree, if you disagree, there's likely going to be a section where you can grab your phone, call in, and hear your own disagreements talking about legacies. Tinubu said he is running to be president of Nigeria because he has the capacity, he has the competence, he has the whatever, he has the blah, 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 black sheep to take Nigeria to the level of Dubai. You possibly have read that somewhere where some of these clowns have started making up conjectures to, portray Tinubu as the idealist in a way. But he said he is coming to build on Buhari's legacy. Can we begin to check all those legacies because we know them? And if you are one of the Lagos Abobakus, or maybe your own chapter is the Oshogbo almajiris, or maybe you are one of those Abroadian Buhari idiots, those patriotic Liejiriyans living abroad, painting the picture of El Dorado to the percentage mumuns, the local Buhari idiots back in Nigeria. You see, patriotic Liejiriyans from abroad, whoever or wherever you belong to, let's begin to trash the legacies that Tinubu is coming to build on for your APC. Now, listen to this. Whatever you like, you can make of this, okay? I am a Yoruba man, a full-blooded Yoruba man. I know my father, and I also know where he comes from. My father knows his own father. His own father knows his own father too. So they all knew themselves, and I can give you the traces. It is not somebody from Iragbiji that is not even so proud of it in the first place, that I will be so kind of blackmailed, right, into accepting a crooked criminal, senile, demented criminal to be my leader anywhere, anytime. So whatever you like, you can make of it. But the point here is this. The criminal that you probably are projecting, you are doing so on a criminal platform called APC, Egbekegbe. So whatever we call the legacies of Buhari, they are the legacy of APC, Egbekegbe. And before you drag me into it and say, oh, well, maybe we should see it the other way. No, you can see it the other way if you really want to get the other result. I mean, different results, so to say, right? Legacies of Buhari. When these guys came together, because one of the problems that Liejiriyans do have, some say, I mean, some people said that it's not just Nigeria, it's like black people. Wherever. I won't use that blanket statement, I'll say. So I would rather use Liejiriyans. One of the things they suffer from is called Stockholm Syndrome. Stockholm Syndrome, whereby the calamities they experience daily in their lives, yeah, and they are probably managing and surviving, makes them forget about the hardship of that yesterday, the agony. That is why the criminals who put this on them or who brought this upon them can always represent themselves, because majority of Nigerians are suffering from Stockholm Syndrome. Some actually suffering from selective amnesia, and some suffering from deliberate amnesia, those who deliberately pretended that they can't remember these evil men and what they have done and what they are doing. So it is better on Maiyegun's diary, Politico, to always remind you, so that you don't maul everyone into one, one disastrous journey again, only to turn around and start blaming other people for that. Stockholm Syndrome. When these criminals came together, they came with the slogan of fighting corruption. Don't forget that. They came to fight terrorism and bring peace to Nigeria. Don't forget that. They also said they came. What's the thought? I mean, the thought the things Buhari said he was going to do: fight corruption, fight Boko Haram, and what? I can't remember. But again, using their manifesto here, they said they were coming to end corruption. Today, Nigeria is more corrupt than before they came in. Oh, I remember. He said economy. Now, let's take them on the three. Corruption, security, and economy. In 2015, when these criminals took power, mind you, from record right now, they said PDP, people destroying people, that they borrowed, the total money, the debt they left was 6 trillion naira in 16 years. The debt of Nigeria has now crossed over 40 trillion, which means in 6-7 years, these criminals, yeah, they took Nigeria to the, so they put Nigeria into indebtedness of over 30 trillion naira. But what can you show for it? Exponential corruption, exponential poverty. And then, under this corrupt government, from the word go, it has, it was all about what can they grab. It was pretty much like they have a timer of when Nigeria is going to collapse, and they just want to take whatever they can take. Let's start from the Babashir Lawal under this Buhari's APC, Egbekegbe, corruption. Babashir Lawal was appointed as the secretary to the government of Nigeria under Buhari. You remember it took him 6 months or 7 months before he finally selected the saints to be his ministers. But his first appointment was that of Babashir Lawal. And these heartless criminals, under them, within 6 months, they emptied the Nigerian silos in northern Nigeria. That was when they said they were taking care of the internally displaced persons in northeast of Nigeria. Babashir Lawal, Buhari started, started a committee, as they always call it, right? That committee is Presidential Committee on Rehabilitation, Resettlement, and Relocation, blah, 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 of the victims of Boko Haram. Now, that should have been a legacy for a government that came on the back of, the killed, the slaughtered, and the displaced people of northern Nigeria to start with. What did they do? I'm talking about corruption now, Babashir Lawal's office was to supervise this project of returning people back to their homes. These were the people displaced by Boko Haram. There was no Fulani terrorist then. What did they do? Within a short space of time, Babashir Lawal is already started depleting the little resources that they put together to help the internally displaced people. That was the genesis of turning this terrorism into business, Babashir Lawal. Well, the Senate under Saraki decided to probe him. This was APC versus APC. Do you know what happened? Mr. Corruption Fighter, Buhari, wrote a letter twice to the National Assembly. When the National Assembly indicted Babashir Lawal that he used 242 million naira to clear the grass around IDP camps. What is IDP camps? Refugee camps of northerners, Nigerians who have been displaced by terrorists, and they are now living in a makeshift settlement, sometimes on the field. Now, clearing the field, they used 242 million naira within just 2 months of coming to power. Buhari wrote to the National Assembly that he investigated Babashir Lawal, and Babashir Lawal is as clean as a wool. That in fact, the report of his investigation said Babashir Lawal did a great job. The great job Babashir Lawal did was 210 trucks of grains like maize, rice, millet, soya beans, and all these things that Buhari that said they came to meet empty treasury, right? Agriculture. You remember that guy who was in charge of agriculture, the agriculture minister of Nigeria, who is now the president of the African Development Bank. Remind me of his name. Adeshino. It was a period in Nigeria where Nigeria grew food, right? And they had silos with storage. When Buhari's APC, Egbekegbe, came in, 210 trucks were loaded from 2 different silos in northern Nigeria. And guess what? 160 of those trucks, so I'm talking about 18 tire trucks, 160 something of those trucks got missing in transit. And 2 months after that, they found some of them in storage, food storage, warehouses in Kano, where they are rebagging them to be sold in northern markets under Babashir Lawal. 242 million naira to cut grass. And they said they were feeding the people in IDP camp with 100 million naira a day. All these scams were exposed. Guess what? Babashir Lawal was covered. Talking about corruption. Babashir Lawal kept his job until Buhari became sick. And Ikene Shatabandu, fake Pastor Ruga, became the acting president. Now, when he became the acting president, quickly, he sacked Babashir Lawal. You know the story, right? But that's not what I'm actually driving at. You would probably have said, oh, yeah. Oh, Osinbajo, well done. See, he sacked Babashir Lawal. But you know what happened within the next 100 days? That Buhari was away. Ikene Shatabandu opened his own vista of a fraud too. What did he do? He quickly go on to they have something called consolidated fund, right? And there's also this proposal from NEMA, National Emergency Management Agency. I don't know if that's right? NEMA. Now, NEMA has a budget of 5.8 billion naira. But this budget was produced by this team of NEMA guys. There is no governing body for them, okay? So as Osinbajo Ikene Shatabandu sacked Babashir Lawal, right? On the other hand, he started his own, he saw an opportunity, and that was in NEMA, like I said. So Buhari couldn't inaugurate the governing body for NEMA so that their budgets, whatever they have, can get approved by the president. As it, it has to be presented by the governing body, as they said. Now, the governing body has been there, but they've not been inaugurated. So what happened? What was the money even meant for? 5.8 billion naira was the money that NEMA needed to clear the rice. A ship of rice that barged in Lagos from China. China donated a big vessel of rice, grains, to be distributed to the internally displaced people in Nigeria. So NEMA was to oversee that, yeah? Now, somehow, the ship entered demurrage at the Nigerian ports. So NEMA is now owing Nigerian custom billions of naira to clear the rice they gave to them for free. So this demurrage was what brought about this money. So Osinbajo, quickly, without inaugurating anything, he just gave approval to NEMA. Quickly, they released the money. Quickly, they released the rice. So that means they shared the money. The National Assembly now investigated that corruption. How could you do that? That's corruption on its own. You are a lawyer. How could you? But you know the drill. Corruption. The people that came to fight corruption under these same corrupt criminals, they gave you Magu. Magu Luther Crook was the star boy. Oh, he was going to go after this, he was going to go after that. Then the drama started. Oh, this person looted the $100 billion. That one looted the $50 billion. Oh, this one, we saw money inside the tank. We saw money at the burial ground. Oh, we saw money inside GP. You know, all these stuffs. They bombarded you with all the looted stuffs. Now, when it was time for them to give accounts of all this money they found, yeah, there was no accounts. In fact, returned loot were relooted, no accounts. Here is where the corruption part of it is so obvious, okay? And the legacy that Tinubu is coming to build on, which you should possibly question, all right? It didn't end there. Maguluta crook couldn't account for the money they recovered from the looters. The star looters that they told you of, starting from Goodluck Egbere Jolantan, they told you that they were going to send him to jail. One thing that I keep asking the Buhari idiots, like, when are you going to ask Buhari to tell you how much Jonathan stole? Because that's what they told you. But they are too dumb to ask. They don't ask questions. Maguluta Crook and the rest of them relooted the loot. And the Zani, the woman that gave APC campaign money when she was the Minister of Petroleum under Goodluck Egbere Jolantan, lives in London. All this while they are mesmerizing the Liejiriyans with the entertainment of fighting corruption, Zani was putting up different makeups here in the UK, enjoying her life. There was no single request from Nigeria to have Zani brought back to Nigeria. Corruption. But when election came, professor that will tell you what corruption has done to Nigeria, a fake Pastor Ruga, he championed the corrupt campaign right before your eyes. They had no economic plan. For 4 years, no real economic plan. They destroyed your jobs. They destroyed your economy. They destroyed they destroyed everything. Enough that you felt the brunt, that they had to actually use the force of the military to rig themselves back in. The legacy of the Buhari. Last, when they asked them, where is the money you got back from the looters? Where is the money? They said they put the money into construction of your rail line, construction of roads, construction of this and that. They put the money back into construction. How much did you put back? They couldn't give account of that. But yet, you are in debt to China. You are in debt to World Bank, in debt to IMF, in debt to African Development Bank, in debt to Sukuk, in debt to just anyone that could borrow you money. That's who you are indebted to right now. And then you ask, where is the money you recovered under these corrupt criminals? Abacha loot was returned. Guess what? It was during the 100 days that Ikene Shatabandu was acting president. The Abacha loot of about $350 million was returned to Nigeria. And Ikene Shatabandu came and he said the money will be shared to the poor people, the poorest people in Nigeria. So that's it. Then the following day, they made an announcement that they are agreeing to a new loan from World Bank to fight polio in northern Nigeria. What was the loan they were asking for? They got approval for a loan of $170 million to fight polio in northern Nigeria. They got a return loot of over 300 million. Yeah? They said they were going to share it. And you know what that means? Election came. The same fake Pastor Ruga came up with an idea, trade that money. Wasn't that corruption? Buying election, buying votes with government money. The guy even crashed in Kogi. That didn't discourage him from loading a lot of money in choppers, flying about, sharing money. Legacy of Buhari on corruption. The final one is that the people they told you were going to go to jail for different corrupt practices of theirs and how they have armed you pre-2015, they ended up being your senators in APC, governors in APC, this in APC, that in APC. Then you are trapped in between. Okay, what can you do now? Now that journey is what you're about to go on to. When you have a corrupt element, coming up with, we have, we have an idea of how to fight corruption. Look around you. Do you still need an example of what corruption looks like? And those who claim to be fighting it, do you still need an example for that? Of course you don't. On security, Tifnumbu, APC, Egbekegbe, Buhari, Ikenne Shatabandu, and the rest of all these people who will come to you and tell you about their efforts in keeping Nigeria safe. Are you safe right now? Are you? Of course you are not. You know that. You are only temporarily safe until your city is invaded. But let's go back to memory lane. Yes, Abuja got bombed, attacked by Boko Haram. Many other places were bombed by Boko Haram. The terrorism was so new to Nigerians that people were like, okay, maybe because Nigerians, Nigerian military, Nigerian security agent, they are not really used to act of terrorism, which means they are supposed to be the real terrorists until these Islamic jihadists decided to caliphate Nigeria. The rest of us turn us into a caliphate. Of course, that happened. But do you also remember that the terrorism of Nigeria back then was limited to the northeast of Nigeria, somewhere that when Jonathan wanted to hand over to Buhari, there was no territory in any part of northern Nigeria or southern Nigeria in the hands of any terrorist groups. You know that, yeah? Okay. Now, memory lane. Terrorism was about Boko Haram. And to top it all, to give this Buhari jihadist government the opportunity they have today, that they have now murdered enough that they've divided Nigeria and Nigerians beyond any repairable comeback. Forget it. Yeah. The top of it was when the Chibok girls were kidnapped in 2014. It was the last thing that broke, let me say the last stick that broke the camel's back. No, we would never imagine this. 214 school children. How did they move them? It will take you this number of buses. People were analyzing. We didn't know that it was actually a child's play. The Chibok girls, the people who planned that, the people who orchestrated that, the people who funded that, finally gained power. And these are the following things that happened, okay? Boko Haram is no longer the threat, the only threat you have. Now, under them, after spending every year since they came in and they enlarged the budget for defense, because terrorism is growing. We need to expand the budget. Don't you want to be safe? We are trying to protect you. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. The Boko Haram metamorphosed into ISWAP. You have Boko Haram 1, Boko Haram 2, part of ISWAP. Then you have ISWAP that pledged allegiance to ISIL in Iraq, Iran, and all those places, and with one agenda, to spread their own type of Islam across the length and breadth of Nigeria. So from northeast of Nigeria, before these guys came in, Borno and others, it has now expanded to the rest of the country. You can't deny that. It has expanded. It is no longer Boko Haram. You now have the Fulani terrorists kidnapping people, killing people, raping women and children, and in fact, collecting ransoms from Nigerians. Nigerians are now like a bunch of commodities in the hands of the terrorists in Nigeria. And that is not just that, to show the inefficiency, the failure, and the culpability as well of these criminals, When Boko Haram were bombing and then they kidnapped school children, back then you had names of the kingpin of the terrorism standing trial in Nigerian courts. But when these guys came in, that disappeared. You know what they did? As the insecurity escalated and the Fulani terrorists also gained incursion, got armed, and they started attacking indigenous people of every part of Nigeria, two things were done by this criminal government. They did not plan to end the insecurity. They decided to cash in on it. Two things were done. That is why you no longer see terrorists standing trial in Nigeria. Now, that is why those who were standing trial before are no longer standing any trial in Nigeria. But activists, self-determination, campaigners, agitators, and the rest of them, those who have been pushed to the wall, those who have been strangulated, choked, that they can't breathe, the indigenous people who have now said, no, we have had enough. The reason why they said they have had enough is this. The insecurity in Nigeria escalated. First, the insecurity in Nigeria was costing Nigerians, including southern Nigerians, billions and billions and trillions of their money, of their own sweat, fighting insecurity in northern Nigeria. But now, the insecurity is now taking their lives, still taking their money. You get what I mean? So that escalated quickly. They did two things. First, they changed the criminal service chiefs, the military chiefs, and the rest of them. And they appointed those who are ready to secure the regime of Buhari. And the first agenda they brought to the table was, we need to give these terrorists a second chance. Not even a trial, no nothing, right? Let's give them a second chance. Sorry, guys. I completely paid so much attention to the camera that I'm not reading your comment, but I'll come back to that. That was their first agenda. They called it Operation Safe Corridor. So when you see Buhari idiots, when you see the Sai barbarians, yeah, and they continue to blab and foam in the mouth, give them facts. You don't need to argue. On what basis would you guys want anybody to be part of this charade again? Give them facts. They did not fight terrorism. They leveraged on it. Now, in 6 years, they released all of the arrested terrorists. Pre-2015, they released them. The new ones that their Nigerian soldiers are still going after, picking up and arresting, they also released them. And they called them repentant terrorists. While they were offering repentant terrorists freedom, yeah, the Fulani terrorists, they were spreading like wildfire with their AK-47. And that became a new one. Apart from Boko Haram, the Southerners who used to read about terrorism, Boko Haram, kidnapping, burning of properties, killing people in villages, and all of that, they started witnessing the same. This time around, not in the hands of the Boko Haram, but in the hands of the Fulani terrorists. What did Buhari's government do? Tackling the menace of Fulani terrorism. Yeah? They decided to bring something called Ruga. But before Ruga, they said for peace to reign, we need to give the killer Fulani herdsmen grazing routes or cattle colony. People were like, are you mad? Cattle colony, who's going to give cattle colony to who? Okay, people are not taking that. What about National Livestock Program? National Livestock Program will require, people or the government of every state, yeah, to partner with the government of Nigeria and provide land. So government of Buhari will give them money. So on those lands, right, National Livestock, so they will now build schools, they will build houses, they will build a play center, ranches for the killer Fulani herdsmen. That's another option. At a point, they were even asking Buhari, what is the meaning of national livestock?
Livestock. Livestock.
National livestock.
I will talk about it. He doesn't know. He doesn't. I think he doesn't know.
These are all directed at Mr. President. So corruption, yes, let me. No. He can talk for himself.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
I want Nigerians to give you another opportunity to do another 4 years. Why?
Well, I
doesn't know.
I think
Do you understand? It doesn't know. But I just told you what that was all about. It's a disguised rural grazing area, ruga, national livestock. Maybe that would be more appealing to people so they can give up their lands. That didn't fly either. All these efforts were to placate and learn how to live. Sorry, to placate the killer Fulani herdsmen and learn how to live with them. That is their own solution to stop the spreading terrorism all over Nigeria, especially southern Nigeria. They didn't stop there. Buhari's government, APC, Egbegbe, which Tinubu is part of, which fake Pastor Ruga Osinbajo is part of, they also decided to push a legislation to give all the waterways in Nigeria to the Fulani government of Nigeria, FGN, so that the control of all your waterways and 10 to 20 kilometers of land. Many of you living in Lagos today, yeah, in order to placate the Fulani terrorists in Nigeria, the solution of APC, Egbekebe, was to give your waterways. Everywhere you see water in Nigeria, you will count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 kilometers of land. If you live anywhere close to water, you will forget those places. They will become the properties of Nigeria. And people said the plan was to then resettle the Fulani terrorists from all this Sahel who have used force, brutal force, to force the hand of Liejiriyans using the hand of the lifeless mannequin in Abuja. That is tricky, isn't it? So tricky and cheeky too. How could the government just use a proclamation, a law, and say, oh yeah, every water in the country belongs to the government. And in fact, 10 kilometers of land from that water, from the bank of every waterway is that of the government of Nigeria. That's it. And then to make it legal, right? Then what we have to do is that let us gazette it. Once you gazette it, it becomes part and parcel of Nigerian law, the fake law. Oh yeah, why can't we just create local government for those areas? 10 kilometers is bigger than a village. You know, we can create local government, give them names. Boom, that's it. So people are smart that way. And in fact, it is because of the distrust that APC, Egbekegbe, they've come to plant within Nigerians. Because without that distrust, they can't be in power. Trust me, they can't. If people agree that these crooked criminals have done so much damages to almost everything, right? They will be out of power in hours. They'll be done with. So that distrust makes you feel like, why do you want to take control of our waterways? What happened to the waterways in northern Nigeria? Are you going to take them over as well? Oh, no, they don't have waterways that much. It's not so much enough. Like the pool, the big one, massive ocean in southern Nigeria. This is how tricky it has become when it comes to the level of insecurity. They escalated it. They now turn it into money-making machine. They are not even, like, there's this thing I read online. Please, if you understand what I'm about to say, I can't remember the name they gave to it. asymmetric war. Is that what it's called? A non-winnable war. You know, when your military are fighting war, in your own eye, you think they are fighting war, but they are fighting not to win. It's like a commercial war. And in war, human lives will have to be sacrificed. In this case, even their own soldiers. Please help me. I've got smart people on Maiyegun's diary that always kind of follow that. Tell me, what do you call that war? The war that there is no plan to win it. That's exactly war the Nigeria is fighting with the terrorists in Nigeria. On the other hand, Nigeria is also fighting war with our own citizens. The government of Buhari, APC, Egbekegbe, they destroyed your economy. The insecurity on its own destroyed your economy by more than 50%. Unknown criminals started gaining prominence at the national stage. Miyeti Allah. Under APC, Egbekegbe, then we started hearing about Miyeti Allah. Miyeti Allah now sending threats to state governors. Miyeti Allah now countering the decision of a region under this APC. Egbekegbe. There is no effort to cut down and then end insecurity in Nigeria. Of course, there is none. Yoruba said we are going to we are going to protect ourselves by bringing up our own local police, because we have come under the attacks of Fulani terrorists, even though we don't share any border with them, but our people are now paying ransoms. To Fulani terrorists in Odogbolu, Ijebu people, they pay ransom to terrorists, or your people paying ransom to terrorists. Ondo people paying ransom, paying with their lives to Fulani terrorists. Everybody is, boxed in, but not because they can't defend themselves, but because Nigeria frowned at you defending yourself. That is the legacy of Buhari. And guess what? That destroyed your economy. Miyeti Allah got so grown and so powerful that they could declare the food blockade, my dear brothers and sisters. When you're fighting a war, put it this way. Nigeria pretend to be fighting war with the terrorists. But it is not the war they want to win. Obviously not. They have made that obvious to all of you. It is not the war they want to win. They want to manage it, make money from it, while your economy take a fall for it. Then southern Nigeria says, why should we be paying the price of the misplaced Fulani terrorists from the Sahel? We want to protect ourselves. No, you can't do that. That's going to be like you going after Fulanis. Come on, we see these guys with guns and all these crimes. We shouldn't be paying this price. We are living far away from them. Why? Because you are part of Nigeria. That is why. And they said no. Tinubu and gang, they kept quiet. Don't ever forget that. Your Miyeti Allah declared war on the Yoruba, the Igbos, the Ejos, the Shekiris, the people from the coastal Biafra, as well as our people in the Middle Belt. They declared war, because when you are fighting war, what you try to do against your enemy, though it is extreme, generally frowned at, but when you get boxed to that point, the easiest thing you're likely going to do is to declare a food blockade. When the Yorubas, when the southern governors and the southern people started coming together, when Oloye Sunday Igboho said, let us defend ourselves, Miyeti Allah said, it's a declaration of war on them for you saying you want to protect yourselves or defend yourselves. They declared Igboho wanted, dead or alive, right before our eyes. Yes, Miyetti did that. And they said he will pay and they will not stop until they kill him. You know what happened to Igbo? I'll come back to that. The governor of Benue State, Autumn, he said, we need, after paying so much price for the, for the people, the people of Benue State, thousands of them were murdered and killed by this murderous Fulani terrorist, yeah? Then the governor said, let us protect, you have to stand up and get yourself guns, get whatever you can get, defend yourself, protect yourselves. Miyetti came and they said, that's a declaration of war on us, telling people to defend themselves. You are enemy, you are this and that. They declared Autumn wanted. That's a state governor. Okay, and then when the southern Nigeria came together and they said, we are banning open grazing, we are banning movement of cows and foot in southern Nigeria. In fact, this is it, we are done. Miyetti declared food blockade. Yes, they did, and that lasted for days. It didn't work though. Yeah, it didn't really work, right? But that declaration is a signal, and for days, Buhari's government, APC, Egbekegbe, they said nothing because they said they are not in support of the ban on open grazing. In fact, you don't have any right to ban the movement of any Nigeria. In Nigeria, guess what? The Fulani terrorists and their cows, including these ones that speak French and all that, yeah? They are Nigerians, said by a governor, a PDP governor, Bala Muhammad from Bauchi. He said, there is this misconception among Nigerians that they have to do everything to educate all of you, that every Fulani from every part of Africa or the world is a Nigerian. Do you get that? So whenever they come, they see themselves as Pan-Africanists. And say, okay, if they are Pan-Africanists, why are they not in Ghana? Why are they not in Kenya? Why are they not in South Africa? Are those places not Africa? Are they not Pan-Africanists? He said, every Fulani, Kauriara, is a Nigerian. And that is why Nigerians must be educated, enlightened, to make sure that they learn how to accommodate them. Bala Muhammad, governor of PDP. Do you see why they are not different from one another? It is from frying pan to fire. If you believe any of these rogues, any of these hungry jobless boys and girls of PDP as well, telling you that, oh, I agree with you because you are talking about Buhari and APC. They are all the same. Those they are looking up to, they are all the same. You are going to jump from frying pan to fire, from fire to what? To a bigger furnace. That's what that is. He said, protect yourselves. Miyetti declared war. For days, Nigeria didn't say anything. Nigeria didn't say anything because Miyetti was speaking their mind. It was under this same Buhari's government that Miyetti said they were going to offer us in Yoruba land security. Can you believe that? Yeah, it happened. It happened, of course. They did a meeting in Akure, Ondo State, where they said they were doing they are working out a settlement so that this Miyetti that did a food blockade so that they can work something out. Guess what? They called a meeting in Akure. APC, Egbekegbe governors from northern Nigeria, the almajiri, terrorist governors of this northern bloc, yeah? They came down to Akure and they brought the Miyetti and their gang to Akure at that meeting in Akure, where Mimiko and the rest of them were there. They said, oh yeah, we have reached an agreement. Miyetti, they are going to be in a joint patrol with, they're going to be in joint patrol with Amotekun. Oh, really? Yeah. So if you see any Miyetti joint vigilante truck anywhere in Yoruba land, you know what to do. Just make sure, say, you know, see them again on your streets. You get what I mean? So when we said that, the governors went by, they said, boy, this one don't make sense. So this thing will be just proposed. And indeed, it didn't make any sense. Miyetti providing security for us in Yoruba land. Are you joking? Anyway, they had the same opportunity in Anambra. They are part of the security of Anambra under Obano. He gave them appointment in his government. In fact, according to him, they reached an agreement that if you kill a cow, you will pay money. If a cow owner kill you in Anambra, they will give your family 500,000 naira. All this mad stuff were going on just to show you that APC, Egbekegbe, a terrorist organization, and the legacy of whatever they call it is to ruin your economy. So tell me, what did they do with your economy? If you ask me, I will remind you too. In all these soul killings and all of that, Tinubu and gang said Buhari is doing a great job. The president is doing everything, he's doing his job, he's doing that. Your economy, the farms were destroyed, farmers were killed, others displaced. And guess what? Nobody gives a damn about them among these criminals. Pushing this your one Ligeria. You have, well, you had about 13 million of you. They said you were jobless. 13.5 million jobless Liejiriyans in 2015. Yeah. And then in 2022, you have over 100 million Nigerians completely jobless, useless, and then pretty much available for these criminals to manipulate and use. Depends on where you want to choose to belong to. APC, Egbekegbe, came to kill, to ruin, and to destroy. Yeah, that's what they came to do. And every time you remember them, you remember these rogues. And also remember this, in every of these that I've mentioned so far, none of them spared you as a Yoruba man. None of this spared you as an Hausa man. None of this actually escaped you or your household as an Igbo man and what have you, including when you didn't agree with them. You share in the whole madness they have brought upon the entire people, right? So when you talk about them, remember that you share in all of this. And therefore, there's no point in denying that whatsoever. Yeah. Joblessness increased under this criminal government and their agents. The most ridiculous one was this, right? Choosing your own leaders, something that should at least something that you would expect them to have built on in after 2015. But they are rogues and criminals, and look at their antecedents. Look at them from wherever they all came from to join together, including Tinubu and gang. What are their antecedents? Do they really allow people to choose their leaders? Or they twist people, steal votes, buy votes, and get everybody, whapped and bog into one corner until their will is done, including investing in violent groups, cultists, violent police and the military, people that force people to either flee or obey whatever they push. I mean, these are their antecedents. Elections should have been the determinant of, who rules you or who leads you or who decide anything for you. They took that away from you. Now your election is a complete sham. You know that it's a complete sham, right? Rather, it's a total waste. And right before you, your election is turned into war. Now, how do you do that in this regard when you can't even decide your own leaders? And indeed, you can't. You have no power to decide that because of the fraudulent fake 1999 constitution. These guys came in, right? They devalued your currency. They destroyed your naira. Some of you may not really know the impact of that, in the true sense of, sense of it. This is what that simply means, right? You had 1 million naira in 2015. You felt good. It was going to grow. Buhari is going to build your economy. They're going to get your, they're going to give you 10,000 megawatt of electricity every year. So in 4 years alone, Nigeria will be generating 40,000 megawatt of electricity, and every home in Nigeria will be powered and be lit up, right? Those are the things. But they didn't do that. They ruined, destroyed everything through their greed, selfishness, and including short-sightedness. Short-sightedness is in the sense that they are so interested in the right now, what can we get now? Like they are planning or know the day Nigeria is going to end. And you probably have no clue why this selfishness grew that much, okay? So they didn't do all that. They didn't grow your economy. Your 1 million naira in 2015, today, if you put it this way, 1 million in 2015, that is going to be 200 naira to $1. Please help me. That should be $500 if I am not, hang on. No, it should be $5,000, I believe. Tell me, is that it? $5,000 in 2015, your 1 million naira. Now that $5,000, right, could possibly, get you a lot of things that you won't be able to get today. Now your 1 million naira today, if you now cut that down, it is going to be, thank you very much. I think, thank you. Anyway, I'm reading something on there, so I don't know if that is a question you want me to answer. Okay, so your 1 million naira today at 550 naira per to a dollar is probably going to give you something around $2,000. Okay, now let's say you have $5,000 in 2015. Okay, and you have $5,000 today. That's probably going to give you something around how much? 2.5 million or something. So now the changes here is this. It's not about dollars, naira, okay? These guys, they did absolute nothing to grow the economy of Nigeria enough to grow exports. Agriculture would have done the magic for Nigeria to start with, apart from oil. As the world, as the price on the, as the oil price continue to dwindle on the world market, not stable, right? The Fulani terrorists as well continue to destroy the farms, continue to chase people out of the farm. No electricity. Factories can't really produce a lot, which means Nigeria needs to resort into importation of most of what they could normally produce locally if they have the electricity. Now, 6 years, right? People told them, they said, to find a solution to Nigeria electricity problem, energy problem, you probably need to, segment it. Let everybody generate their own electricity. Generating electricity alone can make some, generating electricity, selling the electricity can make some states, right, so viable, rich enough to give the better lives to their people. Like, break it down. But Nigeria is an almajiri system, okay? It's an handout system whereby they take everything they can take from every part of the country, put everything in a jar, right? And then they will start sharing the content of the jar, which is the money, to those other states that are dependent on those money. They are lazy, unproductive, because Nigeria make them so, right? They can't really make or create wealth. They depend on that. So if they broke down the electricity generation and distribution, maybe that could have improved the local electricity generation and distribution, and also increase the production level, and at the same time increase employment for the people who are, for a country with the highest number of young people in the whole world. Do you get what I mean now? Small thing that doesn't require you having to call God help us. This is simple. Break this monopoly of electricity enough and mean it. But guess what? In Nigeria, they would love to borrow money. When they borrow money and then say they are investing in electricity, right? Then they will tell you, we are now generating 7,000 megawatts. Or we are now generating 6,000 megawatts. But we're having problem distributing it. Why won't they have problems? They generate electricity from River State. They are transferring the cable through Kogi, through everywhere, taking it to Sokoto. They generate electricity in Pakpalanto, in Ogun State. They are laying cables, thousands of cables of poles, miles and hundreds of miles of cable to northern Nigeria. And they are not sending them to go and power factories, to go and power production chains and all of that. They are sending them to northern Nigeria to go and power huts, hamlets, small homes where people pay no bills, while the industrialized southern Nigeria continue to wallow in the darkness of dark-minded criminals who lead you. So it's a simple logic. They didn't do that. So which means you have nothing that you are producing generally. Politicians will tell you, we have to increase this and that. It's all lies. If Nigeria doesn't break up, if Nigeria doesn't break completely down, right, the dependency of this Bambiala system will continue to weigh everybody down. It's a simple logic. That's more reason why, for those of you who are wasting your time and pushing together, we need to go and vote. You are not thinking. If you are thinking, you will channel that energy to something else, which can be more productive than the energy you are channeling towards this fraud that will keep you in perpetuity of poverty to start with. So you have nothing you are producing, which means you depend more on what people buy and bring into Nigeria. Even your president, your politicians, they depend on the medical service from abroad. You see, all these things, yeah, what they do is this. They put stress on your naira and they increase the value of the foreign currencies. How? When they bring goods, finished goods into Nigeria, most of the ships, most of the planes, cargo planes who bring things into Nigeria, finished goods, they fly out of Nigeria empty-handed. Where do you think? Because Nigeria offered them nothing. You're offering nothing back. Nothing substantial for them to say, we are trading about 100 billion in agricultural products with Nigeria. $100 billion. Do you know how massive that is in an economy? That will put a less stress on your naira because they need more. They need to bring more of theirs, not you having to buy theirs to access their market. That's what they did to you. They took that away. And that means they put all the stress on the cost of satisfying your easy life and lazy life of your leaders that has passed down on to many of you. Lazy lives, lazy mind. A young person cannot win. It will take forever. Lazy mind, lazy heads, lazy leadership, lazy country. Yeah? Laziness brought you poverty to start, with. So what do you get? People have to now tell you, do you want to buy this from China? Yes. Okay. We are going to sell it to you for this price. That's too much. Your naira is worthless. So if we have to change it to yuan, you have to change it for this price. Now, what that simply does to you is that when they now bring those things back, yeah, you see that 1 million naira you have, that you could go into market and see that 1 million naira is now cut into 4. The value of your 1 million naira is now somewhere around 250,000 naira. You still have 1 million, no? You still have it. But the value is no longer 1 million naira. Because once you go out there to buy something, that is when you will realize that, oh boy, how much is this bag of cement? Say, it is now 4,000 naira, 4,500. We used to buy this for 1,300, 1,400. Is it not Dangote cement again? Are they not doing it in Nigeria? Are we importing that too? They ask me too many questions. Now 4,100 naira. If you won't buy, make you buy. So that means the money you would normally use to buy 3 bags of cement, you are now going to use it to buy 1. So that is the effect. It is when you take that your naira out, then you feel like, this money, no. That's the example of what they did to you. Companies are no longer making profits. Businesses, they started folding up. Because as the businesses are folding up, the government, you are losing your jobs. As you are losing your job, the government is losing money. And government doesn't have any job. They don't have job. Government have no business in business. They don't have any job. Government take from you. But if you don't have anything to give, they just have to squeeze those who have. They call it tax. There is nothing invested. Now, when they are taking those money from you, They are not investing the money in you. They are not investing it in their economy to multiply it. They were using it to buy forex for themselves, for their families, for their children who are studying abroad. I don't know if this makes any sense to you. It doesn't have to make any sense to you if you're a Buhari idiot. But I'm glad you are listening to me. At least you are listening to me. Eh? Good. Your Naira is worthless. The government is broke. What else can they do? APC, Egbekegbe government, decided to start printing money when they have exhausted their borrowing capacity. Because according to them, you know those who are advising them, Buhari put people there as economic advisor, and they are telling them that, in fact, Nigeria is so healthy that Nigeria can still continue to borrow. Nigeria hasn't reached the borrowing this and that. The Buharinomics, so. But guess what? Even me, we no be an economist. Yeah, I can tell you this free of charge. In your 2022 budget, yeah, budget ratio. Okay, because I want to talk economic terms now, and it probably will just be sounding gibberish to you. Let me use the layman language where everybody go understand, right? Oh no, one sec. You know what? Give me a minute. I'm going to be back on this. Something popped up. So sorry about that. One sec. Thank you very much. Sorry about that. Something came off and I'm like, I need to actually tackle that as soon as possible. Okay. So Buhari appointed economist and you now have Buharinomics. Okay. They said, oh, Nigeria can still borrow and borrow. But you see that your 2022 budget, right? The payment for debt servicing alone is going to take more than 4 trillion naira. More than 4 trillion naira to service the gbese they have borrowed so far. In the same 2022 budget, they are planning to also borrow another 12 trillion out of the 17 trillion budget, which means they have a target of generating 5 trillion only this year. Can you believe that? 5 trillion. because people are poor, no job. People are just waiting for whatever these criminals can hand to them. Gari, rice, anything that you can give to the 1,000 recharge card, anything, just give us anything. Nigeria is that broke. So in your 2022 budget, 5 trillion to be generated, 4 trillion to service debt. You know what that means? It simply means every 100 naira that Nigerian government generate or call tax, even if they sell crude or anything, every 100 naira, they are paying 99 naira to service the gbese. Let me take that again. Nigeria is broke. Nigeria under Buhari, they have borrowed your destiny to the fault that every 100 naira they make, call it tax, so sell property, government property, sell crude oil, every 100 naira, not 100, okay, make I use dollar. Every $100, no, use naira. Make I use naira. 100 naira they make. They have to use 99 naira in 2022 to service their gbese because Nigeria's gbese don't cross border under these criminals. So they have no money to pay teachers. To pay themselves, they don't have money. They don't have money to buy cars. They don't have money to service all this luxurious life they are living. They don't have any money. As Nigeria is right now, they have no money. That is why Nigeria as a country wrote a budget of 17 trillion, padded by people who want to steal money for their own election this year. Yeah? 17 trillion, but they are going to go and borrow 12 trillion of that money. From the 12 trillion they will borrow, yeah, from every money they generate, they have to start paying back 99 naira from every 100 naira. 900 naira from every 1,000 naira. 9,000 naira from every 10,000 naira they make. 99,000 naira from every 100,000 they... Oh, man. What do you think that is going to be? More poverty, more joblessness, more crime. When these guys were done, yeah, they are not even done. They even went into the Central Bank of Nigeria. They started printing money. I mean, you know, when you collect tax here, collect this, collect that, you borrow money here, there, and there. And it's still not enough. It's not enough. They went into central bank. They started printing money. Inflation, hyperinflation is what you're going to be dealing with under these criminals. So what legacy gone is Tinubu, Osinbajo, fake Pastor Ruga, Devulumayi, Oji Uzo Kalu, who else again? What legacy gone are they coming to build on? Now, question I they ask you, because since yesterday that Buhari, lifted the ban on Twitter, it be like say the sewage boys, they are back, fake accounts, faceless bunch of sewage boys, hungry twats, and then the deluded, selfish uncles and aunties abroad. They are resurfacing, we're asking questions. What legacy exactly are they talking about? I'm waiting. They went to, because even Pastor Ruga, he said, about anything will happen now, we move. How you move them is up to you. But guess what? I got this. I don't know if, Oji or Kalu, the same people who are doing, what's that song again? Or something like that, yeah? They also went to Oji or Kalu. No, Oji or Kalu, please.
Please, my name is Alhaji Mohammed Murtala. I'm a grassroots politician. I'm here to beg you to come out and contest for the president of Nigeria 2023. Because it is the turn of our Southeast to produce the next president. The Southwest have taken their slots. The Northerners have taken their slots. The South have taken their own. So it is the turn of an Igbo man to take it. And we need somebody like you because you are very energetic. You can travel from here to anywhere. If there is trouble in Maiduguri now, You will be in Maiduguri in less than an hour. You are an action man. We know we have your record. Thank you, Excellency. Please, we are appealing to you, sir. Help us and come out. Nobody like Kennedy. Nobody, sir. Nobody, sir.
Now election season, trust me, everybody did business now. If you listen to any of them, if they talk, say, okay, who be the Mugu? Who be the Mugu? If you can't find the Mugu and you are following this swagger and all of that, Baba, you be the Mugu. Now you then they use. Now you. Mugu, you are the Mugu. Listen, people said if you don't participate in their election, they are going to pick themselves, they are going to do this and that. We said, do it. Now here we did where we told you that you will regret Buhari. So somebody is now, listen, somebody is now trying to say, if you don't, some will tell you, right? If you don't support PDP, APC will continue and Tinubu will be your president. And so, now, I mean, Buhari became president now. Many of you who jump up and down. Some of you have become jobless today. Yeah, I mean, we were here. So nothing worse can happen to you that will be compared to what calamity that Nigeria is. Don't let anybody, it doesn't, we cannot just, listen, we are waiting for our time, our day. That great day that everything they've invested in all this nonsense will collapse right before our eyes when you have that number. Until then, the worries that campaigned and jumped up for Buhari, where are they today? Don't let anybody use any fancy word. And then they say, hey, if you try to stop Tinubu, the northern Nigeria is going to take it. And so what? Who gives a see? Now that's the problem. They want you to start giving a damn. The Igbo man should be president. Me, I support Igbo man to be president, but I'm not going to vote for an Igbo man to be president under the current system of Nigeria. But at least make them pretend for us for some time. Let them keep us like, is it just Maiyegun? They don't know what they are talking about. Nigeria is one. APC, they have zoned their presidential candidate for the Igbos. Hey, that's fair. Oh, PDP, Papa destroy Peking. They don't zone their own blah 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 to the. I mean, under the same rig system, me, I won't vote, and I know many of you won't. I mean, it's practical. May then use that one, counter us, and say, "Shut up your mouth. We are one Nigeria, fake one Nigeria." So don't let anybody intimidate you with. They will write their names. They will put their people there, and leave us alone. We told you in 2015. Me, we sit down here. I think I actually won so many enemies for telling you that Buhari is demented. I remember that. And many of you, the wearies that are now jumping on my post right now, look at them. The wearies did all these Lagos Abobakus that jumping up right now. Many of them, they told you, didn't they? They told you in 2015. You are going to regret for not voting for Buhari because Buhari is going to surprise all of you. My people, Buhari never surprised all of you now. Buhari surprised everybody, he even surprised his own followers. So what's the worst? Tell me, what is the worst that can happen? Boko Haram will take over Lagos State when Tinubu comes in, Abi? What's the worst? Have they not taken over the whole place already? Are these guys not already kowtowing and all of that to them? Don't let anybody blackmail you with that nonsense, okay? They did it in 2015. What is the result? What? What is the result? We are waiting for that time when enough people will say, oh boy, this charade don't do. Me, everybody just find a level, find your way. So if you look at me and you are jumping up and down like, you are masturbating in public, shut up your mouth. You enemy, weary. Your senior brothers abused me in 2015, or maybe now you. How far with you? How far with change? How far with next devil? Joblessness. And then some of you who they actually, they're going to give you jobs soon. We borrow jobs. Shameless lot. We want you to tell us and convince us on those legacies. Don't tell us what's going to happen if we don't believe or accept you, because we won't. No, we won't. When you decided to put Buhari there, and from 13 million unemployed, jobless of you, right? Even those of you who had jobs then. Abi, today you are jobless, roaming the streets. You know it in yourself. But you know one thing? Now your season, you did so. If this Maiyegun no shut up. Shut up your mouth, Maiyegun. Me, shut up. Your father. Ask them. Now here we were in 2015. This is 2022. I was here in 2019 telling you the same thing. But look at me. I am not close to where I can be kidnapped and ransom will be paid. I am not close to a place where Buhari's policies can take away my job. I am not near a place where your police can fire and shoot you and call it a stray bullet, accidental discharge. Because it be like, say, most of you serve Buhari idiot, you are mostly accidental discharge from your parent in a way, because it's so confusing. They are human beings with sense. They will shut up your mouth. You will see. God will shame you. Which God will shame who? God answered your prayer in 2015, brought you poverty, joblessness, insecurity, corruption, and the destruction of your dignity and humanity. That's what they brought. Look at me. I'm still here. Still telling you that but I'm just here to remind you. Remember, this is Maiyegun's diary. I am somebody who is just like, maybe if I was just writing everything in my diary and somebody just take them and start reading them, maybe all of you would just be laughing like, this guy called Maiyegun must be a very kind of one character guy. Look at all these things he wrote down, because those are my thoughts. I am a diary to remind you the born to suffer head, humbled slaves, obedient fools, sophisticated morons, that elections have consequences, and there is no amount of prayer, wishes that will take that away. So be careful of what you wish for. That's the point. Look around you, look at them. Don't let anybody tell you any nonsense about what have you. Abuse me. You abused me in 2015. You will see. I don't see. You abused me in 2019. You will see how God will shame you. I don't see him. No be me, they shout, God, why? God, why? No be me. Now, they try the question God. The God where you expected to shame people who don't want Buhari to be president. Now, to you, God is going to shame Maiyegun that doesn't want Tinubu to be president. Look at that Sky Daddy. Oh, sorry, Sky Daddy. Please don't shame me. Don't shame me. These shameless people, these shameless Buhari idiots who have no shame. They said you cannot shame the shameless. Oh, they want you to shame me. Please don't shame me. Ẹ̀yin wèrè àtẹ̀yin àtàwọn tó ní à ń gba òròmọdìyẹ yín lọ́wọ́ ikú. Ẹni kò jẹ́ kóun lọ sákìtàn lọ jẹ. Look around you. Wọ́n fi ìyà ṣe yín ni. Suffer no dey tire you. It's a question, no. And I'm actually talking, I've told you, the legacies of a murderous legacy, divisive legacies are not legacies that anybody should plant on. Or pretentiously or hypocritically say, oh yeah, I'm going to build on your legacy. That's fraudulent. I don't like it. I'm sorry, right? I don't know why. That song keeps ringing in my head.
Allah ka taimake ni na jure duka horo. Sai ku fito maza da mata, mu kwanta al'ummar mu ma'ana mu zaɓi cancanta ya bi Osinbajo. Tare da dodumin salati, bi Osinbajo. Annabin da ya wafati, bi Osinbajo.
Now, Bito. The Buhari idiot are watching me. No be me make that song. You they deny say Osinbajo cannot challenge your objective. No, waiting be my business. I know they are there. We are just waiting for the time to expose that. Shebu not the laugh. When your criminal Fulani jihadist government decided to kill Oloye Sunday Igboho, it was because of this election. They wanted to kill Igboho because of their 2023 election. They wanted to kill Nnamdi Kanu because of their 2023 election. Now we are watching them to destroy themselves because of 2023 election. You are doubting it. Maybe Maiyegun make the song. Maybe Nami do. Maybe Nami go Kanu. Go ask people to. Meanwhile, talking about what they have done, the poverty level. For some of you watching me right now, you'll probably be like, "We'll talk about poverty all the time." It's real low. For Adamawa State, where their custom are not protecting the borders, but they go into people's homes looking for who have foreign rice, who imported rice, who did this, who did that. Today, I've been here yesterday. I don't care. This happened under Buhari in Adamawa.
This is Adamawa State Custom Office. The Nigerian Custom Office has been stormed. The masses are breaking virtually everything, packing some food items, packing consumable and non-consumable materials. Very bad, very bad, it's very bad. It's uncalled for. They should have just gone for food and leave other things. As you can see what's happening up there, the youth are breaking so many things there. Where is the strength of Nigerian security? Very bad. I didn't subscribe to this. See this stand will be taken away. All their offices has been burgled. This truck is filled with beans. The youth are trying to evacuate all the beans to their various destinations. These Marco Polos, the youth are destroying the parts of the car, taking away the seat and parts of the Marco Polo. It's unhealthy. God have mercy. This is Adamawa State Nigerian Custom Office. Look at how youth are busy destroying the government facilities. Oh God have mercy. Oh God have mercy. We pray, oh Lord, that this thing should not lead to something else that we cannot contend. God have mercy. God have mercy. Yes, this is a gunshot. People are running. This is a gunshot. People are running. This is a gunshot. Run, no.
Raw, no, Nigeria, that's Nigeria. All right?
You are in this country, whatever it is that you're doing, keep moving. Don't look back. You will win eventually. Keep moving ahead. Whatever the situation, we move. Whatever the situation, we move. We move. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Wherever the situation, we move. We move. We move. Yoruba Nation, I want to see that. I want to see you respond to that. Listen, whatever you are doing in this country, in Nigeria, if it is for revolution, continue. If it is for Biafra, continue. If it is for Yoruba Nation, continue. Osinbajo advised, not just me.
Wherever you are in this country, whatever it is that you're doing, keep moving. Don't look back. You will win eventually. Keep moving ahead. Whatever the situation, we move. Whatever the situation, we move. We move. Thank you very much. God bless you.
People are saying that I'm sorry that I'm taking your time. I'm not going to take calls. I know. Sad, yeah? But you know, enjoying this because as I'm dropping these, I'm also dropping the part of the later part of my broadcast, which is meant to be part of the. I'm so sorry I'm not taking calls, right? Join me. So did you see that video where people invaded the custom office in Adamawa? Yeah. And you remember the scenes of the, what do you call it, the people who were breaking into warehouses where they kept their food during the NSAS protest as well. Now, that is the state of Nigeria. This is what will explode soon. How soon, Maiyegun? Oh, man, don't be in a rush. These guys are about to outplay themselves. You know, when you play and play to some point that you feel like you have no real serious opposition anymore. You can do whatever you like. Then you will outplay yourselves. So we are not fighting you, or should we say we are fighting them because not fight. Oh. I wanted to say we are not fighting them when we say we are not going to be part of the rigged system. We want something better and we will get it. Yes, we don't have the number yet to put that stunt and put that surprise, as they will call it. But the absence of that proof now, does that deny the existence of the possible proof? Sorry, I think I'm mixing that up for you. Am I not? Well, what I'm trying to say there is that I know that they will outplay themselves. They currently, PDP, APC, Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, Ijo, this everybody from everywhere who is part of the current rigged system in Nigeria, politically, traditionally, religiously, whatever, economically or business-wise, whatever, by association or by anything, right? Every one of them will outplay themselves. The system will outplay itself. Then it will collapse. When it collapses, that is when the new cause will be charted for those who will choose a different path around that time. So people like us know when the system gets stifled that much and is about to explode. So do what you like. But don't try to blackmail us or make us feel like, we owe you anything to propagate the fraud that people should know about and run away from. I mean, That should be the clarion call. You don't sit abroad and tell people that, it will be better, it go better, it go better, so that you can always go back home and see those boys, educated guys who are going to be your handbag carriers, your drivers, your car washers, your errand boys and girls, and all those stuff, so that when you go back home, you can feel like a king. Some people like it anyway. I mean, some people love it. But when you look around you, you are not helping yourself if you continue to encourage the rubbish, the madness going on in Nigeria. You might not be the victim yet. All right. I keep saying that, yesterday's survivors are today's victims. You know that today's survivors are the potential tomorrow's victims. And it's on and on and on and on until you reach your turn. We might stay away as much as we want, but every day that you continue to agree with these guys, or you continue to find excuses for them for what they've done, what they are doing, and what they're about to do, right? Every now and then that every time you agree with them, or you in a way encourage them or support them in what they are doing in Nigeria, what you are doing is that you are making it even worse to come back from the damages they have done. Hopefully, some of us will see through this. Use your influence, okay? People where they collect money from you, right? Tell them, give them that condition. It's not that they will follow it, but cut down when you realize that they are neck deep in the Nigeria shit hole stuff. Because some of them have shit, like, I don't know how to put that. They have something that is worse than sawdust up there, and they choose to keep it that way, even when they have the opportunity of doing something differently, especially choosing differently in a way. I mean, why are they so scared of anything new? Why are they always want to be part of a rigged something that will eventually come back to hunt and kill them? Why? It's because they choose to be like that. You can use your own influence. Don't give people money when you can't tell them to back down. Boycott the nonsense, so that when the time comes, their rage and anger can well be exercised in a very productive way, not for the criminals that will cajole you into jail. It doesn't mean that you won't do it. Do it. I mean, do it. I'm not the one that is going to be looking for jobs. I'm not the one that will be, looking for where to, get water, electricity, and the rest of that. Unfortunately, we'll still have to get to deal with the consequences together as well. Those who want it, those who don't want it, everybody get to, to drink from the same well, the well of a dilapidated Nigeria. Is that the legacy you want to sell to me? Okay, I'm listening. I'm listening. As a Scottish, right? I am listening to you. Sell Tifnubu to me. Okay? Tell somebody to sell Tifnubu to you. Then ask them these questions. I'll ask you. I didn't make this song, okay? Somebody did. And there are those who are also championing for Tifnubu. Ikadego. I'll see you some other time. So thank you so much, everyone, for your time. If you are watching me on YouTube for your time tonight, you can like that video, please, before you go. We've got over 1,400 of us there, and we have a lot of us on YouTube, on Facebook as well. I mean, just thumb that. People have told me that they are finding it difficult to share my broadcast on Facebook. Come on, you guys should know that. When Maiyegun's Diary Politico on Facebook was Maiyegun's Diary Politico on Facebook, it was massive, mighty. I was doing 30, 40 million people a week. I mean, a page that reaches over 40 million people a week worldwide, and 40% of those people from Nigeria. It was massive. Maiyegun's Diary Politico. Facebook came, the Facebook bandit, the social media artsmen, all these almajiri, Buhari idiots. Report. So Facebook cut everything down. And today, it's so difficult to even click like for some people. It's so difficult for some of you to even share the broadcast. It's going to give you error 4 for error, this or that. Now, Facebook, they do that thing. That is why, if you are really so comfortable with watching Maiyegun, why not go onto my YouTube channel and subscribe? It's easier there. If we are shut down, fine. But it's easier there. You can share the broadcast, you can invite people and the rest of you can even know when I'm on. Facebook is not my friend until they decide to be again. So for now, thank you very much for your time. Like that video, share it, Not just that. Share the message. Live it. Experiment it. Talk to people who deserve to be spoken to. Tell them. Ask questions. And at the same time, ask the Lagos Abobakus to sell Tinubu to you without lying or blackmailing you. And come back here and tell me what the experience is the next time I'm here. So from here, I'm going to say good night. And you all have a wonderful evening. Bye.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lé ibo níṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì o ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.